Hey everyone, what's up? My name's Light Arjun, and today I got one hell of a story for you all. It's about the time when I had started the illegal black market at my primary school. Ah yes. You may be wondering, what was it? And how it escalated to the great heights that it did. All those questions will be answered in the video. But before that, I got something to show you guys. This is a Google Docs form. Basically, if you got any video ideas that you want to send to me, you can do that through here. Or, if that's just too much, you can always just leave them down in the comment section. And since I'm a relatively small channel, I'm certainly 100% gonna read what you've written to me, and I'm definitely probably gonna make it into a video. So if you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. I will still respect you. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so I'm guessing since you're still watching, you are interested in this, and you do want to know how I became a criminal mastermind and started a black market at my school. Well then, here's how. We'll start off with some background information about my school policies and rules. My school did not allow anyone to bring their own food and snacks into the school. They said it was prohibited, and anyone caught eating junk food or their own food would be given a detention. The reason for this was because they had this notion that we would end up littering and leaving rubbish all over the place. As you can tell, it was a preposterous idea. It's A, there are bins all around the school and a big sign saying please recycle here. B, almost everyone was a well-mannered kid. And C, weren't there janitors to pick up the mess? I mean, come on, I don't want to sound over pretentious, but really, I mean, isn't that what we're paying them for? So anyways, the idea of me making a black market was never really an idea that came to me. It only started forming when one day, as a kind gesture, I decided to bring in a packet of Haribos for all of my friends to eat. So I remember telling them that I got the sweet sweets in my bag. And I remember them all lighting up and saying that we should all go to the cloakroom so that we can all eat them. So that's what we did. We all went to the cloakroom and we all just munched down and ate those delicious Haribos, and it was super great. So the next day, I remember doing the same thing, and that's when my year 5 capitalist brain started to think, there are a lot of kids at this school, right? And there are lots of kids who would want to eat some junk food during school hours, right? And most of them would pay money for some junk food during school time, right? So, if I do some quick maths, I could start selling food at a high price to kids at school to make money. And this is when innocent Arjun ends, and he is killed off. And this is when the criminal mastermind Arjun comes to life. So at the beginning, the main place where I do my legal dealings is in the year 5 cloakroom. And this was the prime place to start, as currently the only kids I was selling food to was the rest of year 5. And no other year would have any reason to be in the year 5 cloakroom. First week or two, things are going absolutely great. I tell my friends to only invite people who we could trust into this. And then I would sell Pringles at like £3, 10 pence, chips at £2, Haribos and lollipops at £1, and no one gives me any hassle or argues. They simply pay me the money, I give it to them, and I make them eat the things in there. They go. That was our routine. As long as no one argued or gave us any hassle, we would be safe. And trust me, for some year 5s, we were making tons of money from this. I mean, not like serious money. We were just making a couple of pounds, and that was pretty great. But still, that was fantastic. There was 4 of us running this, by the way. We also made sure to hide our tracks and all. I made the people give me their wrappers, so I would put it into my bag in order that no janitor or anyone cleaning the bins would notice. Now, after a month, there were some problems that were being caused. People noted that the guys who were in on this would go into the cloakroom and stay in there for an unusually long amount of time, like 10 minutes while they ate their Pringles and crisps, and then leave. And they noticed that they did that frequently. So they asked them what was going on. Then to our horror, the kids who we originally invited the kids who we didn't invite to join this illegal dealing club that we had going on. And they come unannounced. It was just some random surprise. They'd be like, hey guys, my friend's here now. And the outfit's face, right? From a purely capitalist point of view. Wouldn't this be a great idea? I mean, I'm gonna make more money from this as long as they don't argue. And we'd have more customers and more business. But no! Think about this, right? The more people that know about this, the higher chance of being found out. And would you believe it? I was right. More and more people started noticing that in the interest of the people going into the cloakroom. And that's how we got the whole year finding out about it. With the exception of one person, Aman, who in the next few parts will become extremely important as he does some things that will certainly lead to this story getting extremely interesting. So now, the teachers they get suspicious because they notice the fact that lots of year 5 kids are just going into the cloakroom at break time, and for no apparent reason. Because like, but if you think about it, why would a bunch of kids go into the cloakroom? It's just a place where you hang out your cloaks and then you just leave your blazers and all of that, right? So this is where the suspicion starts from them. It doesn't, even though we do get some looks from them, just like wondering what we're doing in there, they never actually question us about it. And fast forward a while, and then this is where the suspense happens. One day, we're all in the cloakroom, you know, we're selling stuff, getting the big bucks, and then a teacher comes, stomping into the changing room. As we realize, we have 15 seconds to do something or all get caught. There are like 12 of us in the cloakroom. 8 of them start hiding and just start throwing cloaks on them and just trying not to be seen. And I got food in my hand, so I have to instantly do a mad dash to my bag. And I think it's too late. I think I'm gonna get caught with the food and they're gonna take it off me. But, however, my mad friend called Joe, who's one of the 4 friends who started this with me, jumps on the floor, starts going crazy and starts freaking out on the floor, like screaming. He's like flopping around. Like, we all get confused. Like, not even I knew what he was doing. Like, everyone was so confused as to what he was doing. Even the kids hiding, because they heard him. But then I soon realized that this was a massive big brain play from him. When the English teacher, Mr. C, who's the guy who comes stomping into the room, sees us, there's a moment of silence as he just looks at Joe going on the floor, going extremely crazy, just screaming and shouting. And he's like, and he just says Joe, and he tells Joe to be quiet, and then he instantly asks what we're all doing in here. So we all say we were putting away our coats, and he says, why are you guys in here for so long? But anyway, the distraction that Joe had given us had given me enough time to put stuff in the bag and not get caught with any food in our hand. As well as it drew most of the attention away from the people hiding and onto the floor where Joe was just freaking out. But then he just shouts at us for all being in there like for so long, and we're all supposed to be out in the playground instead, and you're not allowed to be there. But anyway, we get let out, and all the kids who were hiding in the by throwing cloaks on them, they weren't caught, so that was good for them. And we just go out into the playground and enjoy the rest of the break. But however, that incident had made us learn some very important lessons that we would learn how to improve our business that we were running and the black market. And believe me, things are going to get way more intense in the next part. You might be wondering, what comes next? Do we stop this black market transaction? Do our customers stop buying things from us? Does anyone snitch on us? Are we going to get in detention? Are we going to get called for our parents? Are we going to get found out? Well, I guess, dear viewer who's viewing this right now, if you found this interesting and you think that's this story is pretty good, I guess you should stick around so then you can find out what happens, since they are going to be put in the next parts 2 and 3. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video for now. All those questions will be answered in part 2, and in part 3 things go off in a final climatic ending, which I'm sure you will all come to love in the end. And includes more scheming, much more planning, and it's way more interesting. And I know this one video is interesting, but that will be even more interesting. So that's it from me. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you do, I know not really a lot of people would do this, but I would like you to subscribe, because any subscriptions, because at this time of recording, since I'm pretty small, that would be truly really appreciated from me. Anyway guys, I think that's all I have to say for now. Take care. Peace.